In this video, I'm going to be cleaning this Skoda, which featured on the channel in May of last year and actually hasn't been cleaned since then. Fortunately, this owner doesn't do a ton of mileage on this car, so it's not quite as bad as it could have been, but it's certainly in need of a deep clean. I have quite a few products that have been sent to test in this video too, so I'm going to be giving you my honest thoughts on them as well. To kick off the process on the wheels, I started with a 1:5 dilution of the Garage Therapy Citrus. I also put 1 in 10 dilution of Decon shampoo on the tyres to give those a deep clean, and over the top of both of those products I layered the Garage Therapy wheel shampoo, where I added 10ml of the product to 500ml of water. I find this to be a great combination of products for dealing with particularly dirty wheels. The wheel shampoo is one of my favourites and it's something that I use pretty much every week on my own vehicle. This is actually version 2 of the product, which was recently released, and the improvements over version 1 are that it's more concentrated, does have a little bit better cleaning ability too, and it also has the addition of rust inhibitors, which is a nice feature. To pre-wash the car, I again went in with that 1:5 mix of Garage Therapy Citrus in the ACHQ sprayer. Now I found this to be a pretty potent pre-wash, and you can certainly dial back this dilution if you're working on a car that isn't quite as dirty as this. So something between 1:10 and 1:20 depending on how heavily contaminated the car is. In order to really extend the dwell time of that citrus, I layered version 2 of the Garage Therapy Snow Foam over the top of this, and I went for a 1:10 dilution. This is an alkaline snow foam, so if you are dealing with a less contaminated car, then this works well on its own without the citrus, but obviously in this case I did need that extra kick. For the contact wash, I went with Yum Wash shampoo, and I added about 60ml of this to my bucket. You can also use this in a lance, which is what I usually do, and I go for a 1 in 10 dilution, but here I just used it in the bucket. This shampoo feels really nice and slick and has a very nice scent to it as well. The only drawback I'd say is that it does require a decent amount of it in the bucket. 60ml is probably more than I'd like to be using, but I do find this to be the sweet spot in terms of getting the right experience with it. Once I'd finished up the contact wash, I then went and dried the car using the Rag Company Gauntlet drying towel and the Blow Air RS car dryer. As an additional step, I also went in with the new Garage Therapy water spot remover on the glass to give that a really deep clean. A water spot remover for me is one of those products where I don't use on every single car, but it's something that I always do like to have a decent supply of. It's really useful for deep cleaning glass and removing those water and chemical stains that cause it to look kind of streaky, which do affect visibility on the windscreen. And I also find it very useful for reviving ceramic coatings that have been clogged with mineral deposits. I did notice some staining on the chrome trim around the grille and on some of the badges, so I did give that a quick tidy up using Gloss Shara, which is an all-in-one polish which works very well on paintwork but is also really great for brightening up the chrome trim. In order to prepare the car for the protection that I was going to apply, I went in with the Zirconite panel wipe solution. This is just going to help remove any oils or residue that would otherwise prevent the protection from bonding properly. This and the protection that I'm going to be applying was kindly sent by a new distributor of the Zirconite range called Foxtail Detail, and I'll leave a link to their website and all the other products used in this video in the description so you can check it out. The protection that I went for on both the paintwork and the wheels today was Zirconite Bead Magic. This is designed to last for at least 6 months, and I have heard very good things about the durability of this, although obviously I haven't been able to test it for this long myself. I did find the application nice and straightforward. I simply wiped it on with one microfiber cloth and buffed it off with the next immediately. I noticed the odd streak when I wasn't quick enough to spread it or over applied it on certain panels, but these odd streaks were really easily removed by just repeating the application process on that particular area. I did notice that the product immediately added a ton of slickness to the panel, and I also gave it a quick spray afterwards once it cured with some water to see the beading, and that looked great too. The plan is to apply this to another car which I see more often so I can get a good idea of the durability myself, but so far I had a really solid first impression of it. On the black plastic trim and the tyres, I went for Yum Dress, which I find nice and easy to apply without leaving any streaks, and it added a really nice darkening effect to the trim without leaving it looking greasy or shiny, and on the tyres it had a nice satin effect.